This is what you need right here. It's a 1 inch by 1 1/4 inch adapter thread and slip. I found it at Lowe's. They didn't have the right size at Home Depot. But you need 2 of these. In a box of 11, I found only 4 that have a big enough rim. I don't know if you can see, but this is kind of like taller on the top there. This is kind of shorter. You want this a little taller here to fit it in the pipe. This is also what you want. Doesn't matter the 8-inch thing. Doesn't matter how long it is, as long as it's big enough for it to fit your hand. But you want 1 1/4 inch, and you want to make sure. Don't just get any one. You want to take your pieces, and you want to make sure that the plastic here is thin enough so that this can squeeze inside of it. You want it nice and snug in there. And then, yeah, you just need 1 of these, maybe 2 if you think you might mess up cutting it. So here we have all the wonderful ingredients. The pipe, this goop here, this is epoxy. It says it's rated for plastic. You might want to get something that says it's for plastic, but regular epoxy should work. Plumbing end piece thingies, some duct tape, and this. And of course some sort of drink. Okay, so for this piece right here, I just fit it like to the bottom of my hand here, like where my hand ends, and then I just made a mark. Like, it just needs to be big enough to, you want it as small as possible, short as possible, so like just big enough for to hold. You're gonna have a little bit of extra room from these pieces on the side here anyway. So I've already made lines. I've already made my mark around this, and I'm going to take this saw and I'm going to cut on the line. I'm going to do this outside. You don't need to see that part. You know how to saw shit. So I had cut, crap. So I've cut this off here, this piece off of that. You don't need that anymore. So something I forgot that you might need actually is, you probably will need, is sandpaper to smooth this out. This is not entirely straight, so I want to straighten it out, make it as straight and kind of as smooth and debris free as possible. You don't need to see me sanding because you know how to sand shit. You got this piece here. I had to sand down inside of the cut end for it to like really fit. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get in there. Alright, so I got it squoozed back in there. It's kind of tough to get in, but if you really can't get it in, just sand again the inside. Take your sandpaper or whatever inside. Maybe if you don't have sandpaper, like maybe just a pocket knife or something to grind down the inside just a little bit. So you just want to make sure that it's as straight as possible. Seems pretty good. Eyeball it. Make sure it does not have to be perfect. So yeah, there's that before the epoxy. And then after that dries, make sure it dries, because again, that epoxy is very important. These connections being very strong is very important, because they can come out. You want it as straight as possible. After this dries, then you're ready to wrap it up in duct tape, which is really more for looks and feel. It's not really for hold. Yeah, that's that. Once you get it all taped up or whatever, and you put your controllers in like the instruction on my last video with the instructional thing, then welcome to the party.